Welcome to New Possibilities. I speak truth to power without fear. So for this video, I want to talk about comedian Aries Spears and the statements that he made about Lizzo and her response to the situation. Aries Spears is one of my favorite comedians. He's hilarious. I saw him a couple of months ago here in Baltimore at a comedy show. He's hilarious. And so recently he did an interview and someone asked him about Lizzo's music. This person did not ask him about how Lizzo looked. He didn't ask him about what did he think about Lizzo as a person. He asked Aries Spears, what did he think about Lizzo's music? He was talking about how Lizzo does great music, and he asked Aries Spears, what did he think about her music? And then Aries Spears goes off topic and basically talks about how Lizzo has a cute face, but she's fat, basically. And then he goes on to talk about how she looks like a poop emoji. And, he says she looks like mashed potatoes. And he's basically saying she's doing too much by showing off her body and all this and that. So as a result of that, people are talking about how he's fat shaming. And then you have people that are talking about how fat shaming is such a horrible thing, but yet these people proceed to quote unquote fat shame him and talk about how ugly he is while, claiming to be so concerned about people being disrespectful and fat shaming. So I find that to be hypocritical. But let me just share my thoughts. Number one, I don't think that he should have spoke about her in that kind of way. I think it was highly disrespectful. But before I go on with that, he also talked about how a lot of Black women will celebrate somebody like Lizzo while ignoring the health consequences of obesity, by ignoring diabetes and high blood pressure and other health-related issues around obesity. And he said they'll just say, yes, queen, yes, and all this and that. And so that's another thing that he said. So I had to add that part. So as a result of these comments, people have been attacking him. They've been saying that he's fat shaming and all that kind of stuff. So here are my thoughts. First of all, again, I don't think that it's appropriate to insult somebody. I don't think that was necessary. I think it's highly disrespectful and all that kind of stuff, especially on a public platform, so for the whole world to consume. Even though he made comments about her health, this is not about somebody being concerned about her health. This is about somebody clowning a woman and shaming a woman and making a woman feel horrible and stuff like that. So let's be clear about that. I just don't think that was an appropriate way to conduct himself. And, and neither do I don't think it's appropriate for people to show his image and, dog him out too. Because that just makes you look like a hypocrite. You can't be talking about how horrible fat shaming is and how horrible it is to talk about how somebody looks, but then you're turning around and doing the same thing. So that's, one thing that I had to say. The other thing is this, there is an issue with a lot of people in the Black community embracing obesity, celebrating obesity, calling people BBWs and, when they're clearly obese, they're saying they're thick and all that kind of stuff. And I think that we need to address that. Instead of celebrating that, we need to be about celebrating healthy lifestyles. That's where we need to go. And honestly, I would want somebody to be honest with me. If I'm out here, posing with no clothes on and I'm all out of shape and look disgusting, I would want somebody to tell me that. I would want somebody to say, yo, in a loving kind of way, in a compassionate kind of way, not in a disrespectful way like him. And out of genuine concern, not out of hateration or, player hating and all that kind of stuff, but out of genuine concern and stuff like that. That's one thing. So I would like to have somebody do that because with Lizzo, this woman, like, has no shame. Like, first of all, like, I don't think that people should be out here, like, exposing themselves like her, like, period, you know, even if they are in great shape. But if you're in, like, bad shape and you're just, like, putting your body on display, like, I think that there's something to that. I don't think that that's a good look. And, you know, I don't think that there's anything wrong with somebody, like, letting someone know that in a loving and caring kind of way. But in this society, we have become so soft. We've become so sensitive that you can't say anything about anything without somebody that's politically correct correcting you and checking you about saying something. So now, like, we have everybody's a winner type of mentality. Everybody gets a trophy type of mentality. Everybody's fine type of mentality. You can't criticize anybody for anything. And because of that, we have no standards. You know, we have no standards when it comes to, like, sexuality. Like, if you call out bad behavior, you're called slut shaming. You know, if you call out a woman for being promiscuous and overly sexualized, you're slut shaming. You recognize the fact that somebody's obese, you're fat shaming. And, you know, I just think that that's utterly ridiculous. And I think that that is a sad state of affairs when we have become such a punkified society where everything is wrong and everybody's overly sensitive about everything. So anyhow, that's my 2 cents about that subject. Tell me what y'all think. Please rate, comment, subscribe, like the video, share the video, hit that notification bell so that you'll know when I post new content on here. Peace and blessings. Have a great day.